I'm Adrien. I'm DSP engineer and software engineer at Artuya in France. We are at the AES, and so words show different things. So Artuya, what do? We do full single synthesizer like Jupiter 8, CS80, and as you can see here, the ARP 2600, Prophet, Mini Moog, Moog Modular, and so all those single synths, also brass, which is not installed. I'm sorry for that, but we are talking about synths, so also that's a problem. So probably you already know all of those legendary synths and the way you can use it. I don't know, I would talk probably about Jupiter 8 because I like it a lot. Jupiter 8 is kind of simple synthesizer when you open it or when you saw the real one, but what is great about it is the fact that everything is simple but hidden. For example, you have dual chorus, you have split, you have dual preset, you have everything like on the original one. But as we are on software, we like to add things, and hidden things is the subject with Artuya. So what we do is to add something like that zone where you can add, modulations like Galaxy. So Galaxy here, it's a little complicated what I've created, but let's say you want that. So that's a module from Artuya that can generate modulations using several shapes of oscillator. That module can generate very, very weird modulations, and you can connect it to anything. So like on any modular synth, you can have fun, a lot of time with that. Also sequencer, also the velocity and aftertouch of the keyboard. But you like effects perhaps, so you want to add effects in your voice line. You want to add effects after your patch, like chorus flanger or here, I don't know, delay or reverb, because reverb are fun. All of that. That's Jupiter 8. We can talk about a lot more, but what we talk is about Analog Laboratory, which is a new product of Artuya. So probably you know Analog Factory. Analog Factory is just 1 second, I just get the laptop after. That's Analog Factory. We will move after to Laboratory. So you already know that there is an update that is called 2.5. The idea is that you have everything like in the previous all single synths, like ARP, CS80, Jupiter 8, Prophet, everything. And you can browse 1,000 presets like that and choose, for example, preset based on Jupiter 8 and modular and guitar sound or sequences, and just like that, play easily and edit your sound. That's Factory. You can do so much things with it. But what is new is what we call here Laboratory. I will give you one. But first we will see it directly on the laptop. That's Laboratory. So let's begin like Factory. Basically, Laboratory is just an upgrade of what was Factory. So you have the same thing. You can browse more presets, and you can browse all of that in that base the same way. But what is more interesting then is that you can, if you have the full plugin on your computer, for example, here it's modular. You select your modular and say open, and you have the full plugin coming out, and you can edit your preset. Very just not with the first parameters that are assigned in Laboratory, but every parameter. I can't show you now because it's a preview and it will come out in 1 month or 1 month and a half. but that's the idea.
So if you have the CS80 plugin, you'll be able to pull that up,
Yeah.
program your patch, and save it back into
Or
Hurricane.
for example, you create a new scene and you add the CS80, you open it in the full plugin and do what you want.
Oh, wonderful.
Even if the parameter is not directly on this layout, on the full plugin you will see everything. But also there is another mode, that's the mode sound, and that's mode scene. What we call scene is it's different things. In a scene you have an upper and a lower, because as you see the laboratory is bigger keyboard. That before that was 32 keys, now that's 49. So you can set your split point here and have your lower part here. Another one perhaps. We don't hear a lot, but that's the lower part. You have a preset here and you have another preset here. We don't hear so much. That's weird. Yeah, this would be better. You can also hear that if I just pick one note, let's pick something. Why? Because everything is like in laboratory is based on what we call melody. That's it. What is melody? A melody is just something between the sequencer and the arpeggiator. So imagine that in a sequencer you want to add shift of pitch or anything. You cannot do it in a melody like in a sequencer. Meaning it's not just up, down, and random like in classic arpeggiator. So you can't edit it, but you can import new melody that we will release, and you have all banks already written. And so you can set the melody for your upper part here. Simple one or another one here. So you change the melody like that, and for your lower, same thing. But the scene is not only that, you saw there is the upper, the lower, the split, setting of layering, the melody, and the pads. What is the pad? The pad is, here you have four pads that trigger Rex loops. So if you just want to make the full sound really easily, you have not just 2%, you also have melody and your loops. So on that version that's loading faster, that's the idea. And so you can set your loops. So imagine you want to edit it, you go there, then I want some pop loop, you get your pop loop and here, you have your pop loop on your pad. That's it.
Great.
So that's pretty easy. You can still do everything with directly on the knob. I have not the final hardware now, so I can show you, but the final hardware will be almost the same, just 4 pads in a line instead of that. We just stretch the original interface, so it's easier to read it on the laptop. That's it. But
Gotcha.
Pretty the same thing, just easier to read for you. And finally, you have the mixer, because as you see, there is 4 pads, there is a lower, the upper, so you want to mix that to add perhaps a big lower. And let's put the lower on the left with the big lower, and let's say we'll want slide upper, and so you don't hear there is a lot of music, but that's the idea. So you can control a full scene. The scene is really the new thing in laboratory. So here it's Origin. It's two DSP that run everything emptied. Basically, that's the same sound that our plugin, and you have all the audio engine inside. What is good about Origin? Here it's something that is full modular. So, like in our plugin, you have good quality, but also you can set, I don't know, oscillator, but oscillator of the Prophet. And here you want, I don't know, a filter, but the filter of the CS80 because that's the one you like. Or you want loud bass and good resonance, so you change your filter to a minimum filter because, I don't know, you like the bass. Yeah, that's loud, that's it. And so you can edit everything, connection models like that. You set any modulation. There is almost no limit to that way to connect modules of synthesis. Also, What else? You also have more simple things like the preset. Basically, you change your preset, you load it, or you just you have a lot of preset. And you have more simple preset if you like, not simple, but imagine you want a template. What we call a template is like recreation, like our plugins. Minimoog, you open it and you have a Minimoog directly. Also, you have what is new in our update now is the Jupiterate. And now you have a Jupiterate in front of you. And even if that seems simple, that's exactly the same. You browse it really easily. You can set exactly like on the real one, the range, even if we added a larger range because we like that, but we added some stuff almost everywhere to make it more funny, but that we try to be really, to stick to the real one. You can have program things like on the Jupiterate on the soft, you have Galaxy. Same idea than before. You have two program NFO that are added. That's not voices NFO like before, that's two others. After 2D envelope or joystick to control modulations, a lot of things. What else? Except just basic synthesis. We have effects. With effects, you can add, I don't know, a chorus, delay, distortion, compressor, and do all of that on any preset you want. But that's not enough for you, so we added direct access to sequencer in front of you, and so you set your sequences, and you can see 3 sequences per patch. And the arpeggiator, which is like the Jupiterate mode arpeggiator, or like the portamento of the CS. We do everything like in the real one. You will have the portamento constant time like in CS80, or constant speed like in the Jupiterate. Everything stick to the real ones. We want to do that. Sometimes we can't, but almost every time we can, we do it. And that's not enough. So what you want to do is a multi. You take one preset as second preset, and you load. I don't know. I will take this one. Here you have, for example, here you have 3 different presets loaded at the same time. You can see them there. You have your 3. You can set them directly. There is also a new cut mode to not lose your set. All of that real time, all of that only in the last minutes.
It really sounds like that Moog.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we have a great.
Now, as you guys grow, just saying, if tomorrow you started making the VCS model plug-in synth, would you eventually add all those modules to the Origin as well?
We want to add everything we do, but we can't. So we are trying to just make it with the great, like great is it. We take what is best, we put it in, and that's ended. So there is always a limit to have a good performance. So we just take what we think is the best, and night for an album you do best of what we have. But with that, I think you already have the best of, really.
Oh yeah, man.
I mean, really, I don't see now, perhaps in the future, now at the moment, that's really, I think, the best we do. If you want to tweak the sound for 2 days just for 1%, that's the machine you need. You can do everything. And what is nice, before that was just this stuff. That's like just this part and the connection behind. That's just a rack. But now, you have all this keyboard. Rhythm controller, control the keyboard directly. So that's really easy to do something with that. Before that was you needed a keyboard to plug on the rack. Depending on what you do, you like that. But when you're on stage, that's easy. You bring, open it, it's done.
This is like a room full of keyboards.
yeah, room full of keyboards. Already, yeah. I mean, you have in that so much presets, so much different synths. You can. That's like you have a big modular Moog with a filter of Jupiterate, the oscillator. You have everything. You have assignable controls here. you can control directly your oscillators, filter, envelopes.
And these are always pre-wired, or can you use them for other stuff like these here? You can use for real-time modulation.
Everything is real time. Everything.
Okay.